Good morning, boys and girls. So this week our story is Hold the Flag High, and I am on Fluency with you. And I know Mr. Dooley reviewed Fluency with you last week, but I just want to kind of go over what that means. So when you read with fluency, that means you read with good expression, you read at a good pace, you read the words correctly, and you read them at a good speed. You don't want to read it too slow. You don't want to read it too fast. You don't want to sound like a robot when you read, right? I don't want to read hold the flag high like hold the flag high. That's a little too slow and I sound very robotic, right? So you want to have expression in your voice, which means you change your tone depending on what's happening in the passage. So today we're going to read the teacher read aloud. I want you to listen to how I read fluently. And even I make mistakes when I'm reading, guys. That's okay. You just pick back up where you left off and try to read fluently from where you made your mistake, okay? Everybody makes mistakes when they're reading, and that's okay. Then day 2, 3, and 4, we're going to go over our amazing words that we hear in our teacher read aloud today. And we're just going to talk about how we can use them fluently in sentences. So on the screen are our amazing words for this week, and I just want you to listen for those amazing words as I read Number the Stars. Here we go. On September 29th of 1943, Jewish people in Denmark were rounded up by the Nazi soldiers and then sent to death camps. In this passage, a Jewish girl named Ellen Rosen poses as the sister of her best friend, Anne-Marie Johansen, as the Nazi soldiers searched for Jews. "Get up," he ordered. "Come out here." Trembling, the two girls rose from the bed and followed him, brushing past the two remaining officers in the doorway to the living room. These men were older than their faces were set with anger. "Your names?" the officer barked. "Anne-Marie Johansen, and this is my—" "Quiet! Let her speak for herself. Your name!" He was glaring at Ellen. Ellen swallowed. "Liz," she said, and cleared her throat. "Liz Johansen." The officer stared at them grimly. "Now," Mama said in a strong voice, "you have seen that we are not hiding anything. May my children go back to bed." The officer ignored her. Suddenly he grabbed a handful of Ellen's hair. Ellen winced. He laughed scornfully. "You have a blonde child sleeping in the other room, and you have this blonde daughter?" He gestured toward Anne-Marie with his head. "Where did you get the dark-haired one?" For a moment no one spoke. Then Anne-Marie, watching in panic, saw her father move swiftly to the small bookcase and take out a book. She saw that he was holding the family photograph album. Very quickly he searched through its pages, found what he was looking for, and tore out 3 pictures from 3 separate pages. He handed them to the German officer, who released Ellen's hair. "You will see each of my daughters, each with her name written on the photograph," Papa said. Anne-Marie knew instantly which photographs he had chosen. The album had many snapshots, all the poorly focused pictures of school events and birthday parties, but it also contained a portrait taken by a photographer of each girl as a tiny infant. Mama had written in her delicate handwriting the name of each baby daughter across the bottom of those photographs. She realized, too, with an icy feeling, why Papa had torn them from the book. At the bottom of each page, below the photograph itself, was written the date. And the real Liz Johansen had been born 21 years earlier. "Kirsten Elizabeth," the officer read, looking at Kirsten's baby picture. He let the photograph fall on the floor. "Anne-Marie," he read next, glanced at her, and dropped the second photograph. "Lise Margaret," he read finally, and stared at Ellen for a long, unwavering moment. In her mind, Anne-Marie pictured the photograph that he held. The baby, wide-eyed, propped against a pillow, her tiny hand holding a silver teething ring, her bare feet visible below the hem of an embroidered dress. The wispy curls, dark. The officer tore the photograph in half and dropped the pieces on the floor. Then he turned the heels of his shiny boots, grinding into the pictures, and left the apartment. Without a word, the other 2 officers followed. Papa stepped forward and closed the door behind him. That was our teacher read aloud today. And as you did realize, like I said, I did make a couple of mistakes in there. But anytime you make a mistake, you just pick up where you left off and you continue reading fluently, okay? You pause for a short moment, commas, you pause with periods, you read your words. And if you're unsure about a word, sound it out, read it fluently, and then keep moving. All right, guys, if you have any questions, let me know. I will see you tomorrow when we're going over some of our amazing words.